Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
Normally, I would have just left it on Facebook and wouldn't have gave a damn whether or not the YouTube continued to play. And if it be the will of Allah, I'll explain why I didn't do it this particular time. Now, I'm going to say again, for those who may or may not be actually just coming in the name of Allah, who came to us, the black man and the black woman, here in the hills of North America, in the divine person of Master Farad Muhammad, the great Mahdi, the one God to whom all holy praise is due forever, the Lord of all the worlds. We forever thank him for his coming and for his raising up in our midst a divine leader, a divine teacher, and a divine guide in the personage of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, the last and the greatest messenger of Allah. So it is in their two great names that I would like to greet you once again, my beloved black brothers and sisters, in the Nation of Islam's greeting words of peace in the Arabic language, which is indeed the original language of the original black man. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
All praise is due to Allah once again for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. For those who are unfamiliar with the words Assalamu alaikum, they simply mean, when translated from the black man's language of Arabic into the white man's language of English, peace be unto you. And for those of you, and there should always be a few, who are of the Christian persuasion, who believe that you are with Jesus and that Jesus is with you, I would like to ask you, did Jesus greet like you, or did Jesus greet like me? In the book of St. Luke, the 24th chapter and the 36th verse, we find how Jesus greeted his disciples. He greeted them by saying, peace be unto you. And since we know that the English language did not exist 2,000 years ago, we who, because maybe not you, a lot of us who are in the Christian church, we are very, very ignorant of what it is that we believe and that we want other people to believe with us. Many of us, and I used to be one, many of us take it for granted that though Jesus may not have spoken English, that the language of English existed. The language of English didn't even exist 2,000 years ago. So we know Jesus didn't speak it. We know Jesus didn't say, peace be unto you. We know that that's the message that he conveyed, but we don't know how he said it. We just know what he said. He said, peace be unto you. How did he say it? The how did he say it refers to the what language he said it in. What were the words that he used to say peace be unto you? According to the white man that you got your God from, And you can talk that Jesus talk all the hell you want to. You got your God from the white man. You got your religion from the white man. You got your name from the white man. You got your language from the white man. You got your culture from the white man. You got your Bible from the white man. Nigga, you got your sausage and your goddamn eggs from the white man.
That's right.
Everything you have, you got from the white man.
Go ahead.
Talk black to me. So you got your Bible from the white man, and the white man said that the language Jesus spoke was the language of Aramaic. Now answer me a couple of questions. Is Aramaic a black man's language, or is it a white man's language?
Good question.
Tell the truth and shame the devil. You automatically assume whatever language Jesus spoke, it was a white man's language. The white man taught you that Jesus was a white man like himself. And for those of you who think you so hip today, pardon my old school language saying hip, you so up on game today that you know Jesus wasn't white. Why do you know Jesus wasn't white? Before the rise of the Nation of Islam and the popularization of the message of Islam from the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, particularly through Malcolm X, you didn't know Jesus was not white. This was in my lifetime. And a whole lot of you don't know Jesus wasn't white today.
Go ahead.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Why would you be better off if you thought Jesus was white? Because now that you know Jesus was not white, it's harder for the Muslims to teach you. Huh? Yeah, it's harder for the Muslims to teach you now because you think you know so damn much now. Talk black to me. Back in the 1960s, it was the Muslims teaching Jesus was black.
Go ahead.
Now you got so many Christians teaching Jesus was black. When a Muslim starts talking about Jesus, the Christian feels as though you ain't telling me nothing. You got a bunch of black conscious Christians talking about ancient Egypt and all kinds of other black African heritage, whatever. Talk black to me. You talking about black history more than you ever talked about black history today. You still don't know what the hell you're talking about, but you're talking about it. And so the Nation of Islam no longer has a monopoly on black because there are non-Nation of Islam blacks who are talking a whole lot of black. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. White man had you thinking Jesus was a white man. And so you thought whatever language Jesus spoke was the language of a white man. Is Aramaic a black or white language?
Good question.
The same white man that says Jesus spoke Aramaic classifies, identifies, designates the language of Aramaic to the language of black people. Uh-oh.
Come on.
The white man says Aramaic is an Afro-Asiatic language.
That's right.
When you hear the term Afro-Asiatic, and it doesn't immediately make you aware that this is talking about some people that are black, I can't help you anyway. You need to watch some other videos and come back to me later.
Come on.
Talk black to me. Afro-Asiatic language. That means black. Anytime you say Afro, that's black. All right. If the language Jesus spoke was a black man's language, And by the way that you say peace be unto you in Aramaic is assalamu alaikum. Hello? Now, if Jesus spoke a black man's language, was he a white man? If Jesus spoke a black man's language, was his God a white God? Was his religion a white religion? The white man got you believing that the religion of all the prophets of God was and is the religion of white people. Are you crazy? What white people were practicing the religion of God as taught by his prophets at the time of the birth, life, and ministry of Jesus? Hello? Do you honestly believe that the white race believed in the religion of God during the time of Jesus? You don't know the white man's history. You don't know your own history. There were a few white people practicing the religion of the prophets. You call them today Jews. A super minority of white people were practicing the religion taught by Moses. Are you listening to me? The overwhelming majority of white people were practicing what is called pagan religions.
Go ahead. See.
Heathen religions.
See.
They were not practicing the religion of God or the prophets. 2,000 years ago, the white man was practicing, as far as his religion is concerned, everything but the religion of God. And like I said, you had a few white crackers that were practicing what you call Judaism today. They were practicing the teachings of Moses. And when I say practicing the teachings of Moses, I have to put that in quotes. Because even Jesus said that they say from their lips what Moses said, but they don't do what Moses said.
Come on.
Talk black to me.
That's right.
So during the time of Jesus among us, there was a super minority of white people who at least preached the religion of the prophets by way of Moses and the prophets after Moses. But no white people were practicing the religion of God or the prophets. So when you think about God's religion, and you want to identify God's religion with white people because white people got you thinking they are God's people, the hell they are.
Come on.
White people ain't never been God's people.
See.
And white people never will be God's people.
See.
Talk black to me. If Jesus spoke a black language, he must have been a black man. And if he was a black man, he had a black God, and he preached and practiced a black religion.
That's right.
And that's why the crackers he preached it to killed him. Hello?
That's right. Make it plain. Make it plain.
So in Luke 24 and 36, if you had a Bible in the language of Aramaic and you could read Aramaic, you would actually read 24 and 36, and the words assalamu alaikum would be there as to what Jesus said to his disciples. So I ask you again, did Jesus greet like me or did he greet like you? Talk black to me. You say, well, Aramaic is in Arabic. The hell it's not. Arabic Arabic, Aramaic, and Hebrew, according to the white man, are Afro-Asiatic languages. And there are others. But Arabic, Aramaic, and Hebrew, these are the languages that are associated with scripture and prophets. You got the Hebrew prophets, you got Jesus, and you have Prophet Muhammad. Arabic, Aramaic, Hebrew. All three of them belong to the same family of languages, so teaches the white man that you got your God and religion from. You say, peace be unto you, Assalamu alaikum in Hebrew. You say, Assalamu alaikum in Aramaic. You say, Assalamu alaikum in Arabic. They all sound alike because the people who spoke all three languages all looked alike. That's why they sounded alike, because they were alike. They were members of the same family of people. You can't have an Afro-Asiatic family of languages unless there's an Afro-Asiatic family of people to speak them. This ain't rocket science. All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. This is why there should always be a few people. If those of you who already know would do your job, this is why there should always be at least a few people who are unfamiliar. What am I spending all of this time teaching on this for? If I'm teaching people who already know this. Talk black to me. So like I said before, the YouTube video went nuts, and I had to look like a damn nut walking off the podium to get another phone and restart the video. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad, teaching in Chicago at a regular Sunday temple meeting. He expressed regret. He expressed disappointment. Because here he is, the messenger of Allah, with a call from Allah to the people of Allah. And the people are responding to the call in such a disappointing manner, to such a disappointing level, that the messenger said that he was happy to see the smiling faces in front of him, but he couldn't smile too much.
That's right.
He said the reason he couldn't smile too much was because there was just a small family of people sitting in front of him.
Come on.
And in order to explain why he felt the small number of people sitting in front of him was a problem, he said to them, this is not an organization's work. It's not a special secret order that we're trying to establish. He said this is a universal work. And the separation of our people from the devils for the purpose of saving us and destroying them. Are you listening to me? When you see this video, you take this video as though it's a video and this is the best of you. It's a video of some little foul-mouthed, loud-talking nigga in an empty room about some organization's work. This ain't no organization's work.
Go ahead.
This ain't the Nation of Islam organization that we trying to establish here.
Go ahead.
This ain't no damn podcast for you to look at and make your judgment as to how interesting this is to you. Rating the delivery of the lecture. Giving it a scorecard number. That's not what this is. This is a universal work. This is a Sunday temple meeting of the Nation of Islam. And when the messenger said this is a universal work, he was talking about his own regular Sunday temple meeting. Are you listening to me? Every Sunday temple meeting, that every Sunday temple or every temple on Sunday that is under the leadership, teaching, and guidance of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, every one of those meetings is a universal work, not an organization's work, not a special secret order, not a club, but a universal work and the separation of our people from the devils for the purpose of saving our people and destroying the devils. That's what this is. And that day in 1962, those who had accepted the message had not done their job well enough. It may not have been their fault. They may have worked very hard to get more people to the meeting, but you know how we are. But if they didn't, it just goes to show how those of us who are given a job to help the most honorable Elijah Muhammad save his people are doing such a poor job of helping the man that they claim to believe in. Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. 10 years later in 1972, I don't remember the exact date, but I believe it was in one of the regular Sunday temple meetings at Temple Number 2 in Chicago. You got people calling it Mosque Mariam now. It's Temple Number 2 in Chicago. But the wrong people are in control of it.
Go ahead.
So the wrong name has been given to it.
Go ahead.
You got the wrong leadership in control of it. So the wrong teaching is being delivered in it.
Go ahead.
So Nation of Islam, to you today, those of you new jacks that don't go back, when you think of Temple Number 2, you think of Mosque Mariam. When you think of Temple Number 2, you think of all kinds of craziness that should have nothing to do with Temple Number 2. When you think of Temple Number 2, you think Mosque Mariam, Louis Farrakhan. But when I think of Temple Number 2, I think of Temple Number 2, Elijah Muhammad.
Go ahead.
I don't give a damn about Farrakhan, and you can take your Mosque Mariam and shove it where the sun don't shine. There ain't no goddamn Mosque Mariam. That's Temple Number 2, Chicago.
Go ahead.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
That's what Elijah Muhammad called it. And ain't nobody messed up Barack Muhammad or the most honorable Elijah Muhammad gave nobody no authority to change its name or its teaching and practices.
Go ahead.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. 10 years later at Temple Number 2 that you think is Mosque Mariam, Louis Farrakhan that you think is the Nation of Islam's leader, because you about crazy as he is, he's there preaching. I believe it was in one of the August lectures during the Theology of Time series. He goes to beating up on the believers at Temple Number 2 for not having enough guests. He literally teaches on how many empty seats there are. Now, this is Farrakhan teaching, the national representative of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. What, you think he popped up unannounced? Talk black to me. He is the national representative of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. At the headquarters temple of the Nation of Islam, talking about how many empty seats there are for him to teach to. And for the messenger who's coming on after him to teach to. So if you're a turnout whore, what you think about that?
Right.
That wasn't Eric. That wasn't Eric teaching in Little Temple 15. That was Farrakhan teaching at headquarters. And all them empty seats in the temple, so empty that he had to beat up on the believers for not doing their job of getting more lost founds to the temple meeting.
Come on.
Talk black to me.
Come on.
This ain't nothing new. This is something new. Sitting here delivering this message. A message that's designed for people who don't know and a bunch of damn niggas who do know. Want to watch you for entertainment purposes or to grade you on what kind of lecture you do, but are not doing their job as specified in Ezekiel 3 and 18 and St. Luke 12 and 47. You're not going after the lost bounds. Talk black to me. And so that's why I say, once again, there should always be a few of you who are not familiar with the words Assalamu alaikum. Here you got Jesus, 2,000 years ago, speaking a black language. You ain't got enough sense to recognize that it is a black language, so you don't know he was preaching a black God and a black religion. Talk black to me. But he was preaching a black God and his black religion in a black language to some white crackers. And so they killed Jesus. Talk black to me. And this is the mind that they have for those of us who are preaching the religion of Jesus today. The mind of the white man is to kill us like they killed Jesus. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
So once again, just in case I haven't beaten this dead horse dead enough, when you say peace be unto you in the language of Hebrew, some of you think that's what Jesus spoke. You say Shalom Aleichem. When you say it in Aramaic, which is what the white man said he spoke, you say Assalamu Alaikum. When you say it in Arabic, you say Assalamu Alaikum. All three sound alike because the people who spoke those languages all looked alike and were alike. It was one population of black people that lived on both sides of the Red Sea. Talk black to me. You got niggas who live on the south side of Chicago. You got niggas who live on the north side of Chicago. You got niggas who live on the west side of Chicago. That's one people living on different sides of the same city. And so you have one people, black people, who are Asiatic. Huh? Yes. There was a time, I know the white man does not teach this, because the white man wasn't here.
Go ahead.
Why do you expect a white man to know so much when the white man just got here?
That's right.
Damn! When the white man is looking to hire somebody, he's looking for someone who not only has education, but what? Experience. Right or wrong? He wants you to have so and so much education or training, but he also wants you to have so many years of what? Experience.
That's right.
Why? Because experience is the best teacher. When it comes to living on the earth, who got the most experience? Us or the goddamn white man? Us.
That's right.
So who does that make the best teacher? Us. But anything we teach you that the white man doesn't teach you, you doubt it. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
So if I tell you 50,000 years ago, one of our scientists wanted to take his or us into the jungles of East Asia that's now called Africa by the white man, but he couldn't get the other 11 to agree with him. The other 11 what? Never mind. So he took his family into the jungles to prove that we could live that tough, hard life, conquer the wild beasts. He wanted to make a people tough and strong. And we are the people that he made.
Go ahead.
White man don't teach you that.
Go ahead.
The puppets, tools, and towns of Orthodox Islam don't teach you that. And so you doubt that. Because some desert Arabs don't teach that. I don't give a damn about them desert Arabs. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
What the hell does a dirty desert Arab have to tell me about Islam? That Arab knows tents, goats, camels, falafel, dates.
That's right.
Talk black to me. The only reason that the Arab of 1400 years ago was raised to a high level of civilization and even scholarship is because after entering the religion of Islam, which they fought to keep from being established with everything they had, but they couldn't stop it.
Come on.
There was a spiritual force behind the establishment of Islam that the Arabs who fought like hell to keep Islam from being established could not defeat.
Make it plain.
And so they came into the religion of Islam, a religion that this Holy Quran teaches and stresses in it education. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Prophet Muhammad said the ink of the scholar is more precious than the sword of the martyr, or something to that effect. Are you listening to me? The ink of the scholar is more sacred than the sword of the martyr. Y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
The very first words that Allah spoke to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, were read in the name of thy Lord. Y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
The first thing God ever said, the first thing this Quran ever said, read.
Go ahead.
Not pray. You hear me, Sunni Muslim?
Come on.
God didn't tell Muhammad the first thing, pray. He told Muhammad, read.
Ikra.
Read. In the name of thy Lord. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Holy Quran, chapter 96. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Read in the name of thy Lord who creates man from a clot.
Right.
Read, and thy Lord is most generous, who taught by the pen.
Go ahead.
How did God teach?
By the pen.
By the pen.
Go ahead.
How does God teach?
By the pen.
By the pen.
Go ahead.
What does God stress? Read. Why does God stress reading? Because God teaches by the pen. So when the white man man says the pen is mightier than the sword, he's saying what Prophet Muhammad said. The ink pen of the scholar teaching is more sacred than the sword, warrior, martyr of the martyr. Are you listening to me? Taught man what he knew not. Who taught man what man knew not? God. How did God teach man what he knew not? The pen. So what man got to do in order to know what he knows not? He got to read. Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. So the Arabs rose up, having been defeated in their efforts to block the establishment of Islam. Islam brought them into contact with, extensive contact with. It's not like they didn't know them at all. They knew of them. But Islam brought them into close and extensive contact with the very, very old and ancient and scholarly civilizations of the East, and eventually even the West. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
And so Arabs became educated, erudite, scholarly. But if it was up to them, they would have been a bunch of illiterate, tent-dwelling, camel-herding, you know what? The reason I keep stumbling is because I want to say something and I'm forcing myself not to say it. All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. The Arabs conquered Egypt. All that knowledge and wisdom and scholarship in Egypt. They conquered Persia. All that knowledge and scholarship in Persia, meaning Iran. They conquered Mesopotamia, all that learning and scholarship of the ancient Phoenicians and Assyrians and Hittites and whoever else was there, Sumerians. They conquered towards the west, the areas that were controlled by the Byzantine Empire, all that knowledge of the ancient Greeks and then Romans. The Arabs started becoming pretty doggone smart. But if it was up to them, like I said, they'd have still been ignorant, tent-dwelling, camel-herding Arabs from the damn desert. Talk black to me. But you want to tell us Islam is not a black religion. It's an Arab's religion. Meanwhile, when you read the Holy Quran, Muhammad is telling them, come to Islam. They say to Muhammad, no, we're going to follow the religion that our fathers, meaning our ancestors, meaning our Arab religion. We're going to follow the religion of our fathers.
Right.
It's in the book.
That's what he said.
Now explain to me how and why Arabs have a book with Arabs saying they don't want Islam, the religion of the book, because it's not the religion of their fathers.
Go ahead.
And you gonna make it an Arab religion anyway, because you don't think. If Islam was not the religion of the fathers of the Arabs, whose fathers was Islam the religion of? Talk black to me. The Arabs tell you in the Quran, or the Quran tells the Arabs, that Islam Islam is the religion of who? Abraham. Right or wrong? That it was also the religion of Noah and whatever prophets were before Noah. Right or wrong? That it was the religion of Ud. That it was the religion of Salih. That it was the religion of Shaib. All prophets in the Arabian Peninsula area before Muhammad. Are you listening to me? Now, if Islam, according to the Arabs, was not the religion of their ancestors, then the people of Ad and the people of Thamud and the people of Midian were not the fathers of the desert Arabs.
Come on.
Are you listening to me?
Come on, make it plain.
I wish one of you Sunni Orthodox niggas would try to argue with me. You got the so-called Nation of Islam trying to make friends with you, buddy up with you, coming over to your way of teaching and believing and practicing, compromising and capitulating with you. I'll put my 8, because I ain't got a 13. And depending on how wide my shoe is cut, it might be an 8.5, maybe even a 9.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever the hell I got, nigga, I'll put it so far up your Sunni Orthodox anus, you will be spitting shoe polish for a week. Don't come to me with that Orthodox Islamic BS. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
I got that old school spirit as much as I possibly can have. I'm ready to fight and willing to fight, and I'm good at fighting. I'll take this Quran and smack the hell out of you with it. You ain't got nothing for me with your damn beard and your kufi and your bed sheet and pillowcase. Your nasty socks and your flip damn flops. You ain't got nothing for me. You can go to Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam hell, nigga. I'm not interested. Alhamdulillah. I'm not fasting this March. You fast. God damn it, I'm a sign that we have reached the end of the sign of your fast. All of us are. So again, where that dead horse at? Let me beat that horse some more. Jesus was a black man. That means his God was a black God. His religion was a black religion. That's why the crackers he taught it to killed him. Arabic is a black language. Aramaic is a black language. Hebrew is a black language. Because the people who spoke those languages were black people. They were one population of people, one family of people, but like we got a family of black people living on the west side of Chicago, the north side of Chicago, the south side of Chicago, but they all the same niggas. I don't care where they are in Chicago. You had one family of people, black people, who lived on the side of the Red Sea that you consider Asiatic. But that same people also live on the west side of the Red Sea that you call Africans. And so the white man recognizing this says Afro-Asiatics. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. I'm kind of halfway smirking because when I say y'all all right, haters think, why is he saying y'all all right? I only hear this many people in the meeting. Like I said, I might tell you why. and it should shut you the hell up, but being a nigga, you probably won't. In any event. No, I'm going to just go ahead and tell you. I want you to pay very close attention to what I'm about to say. I might go deeper into it, I might not.
Yes, sir.
These meetings, no matter what you think of the chairs, no matter what you think of how many voices you hear, how many hands you hear clapping, I am not lying, I am not exaggerating. In fact, because the white man is the no good cracker he is, what I am going to tell you is less than what it really is. These meetings, you would never believe unless you're smarter than I give you credit for. You would not believe, but these meetings are watched 86 hours a day. They didn't hear me, Brother Gerard X.
Break it down, brother. Break it down, brother.
This is what the white man admits to me. These meetings are watched 86 hours per day.
That's right.
Mother blank the goddamn chairs, ho, nigga. These meetings are watched 86 hours a damn day. So when I say y'all all right, I'm saying it for a damn reason. Are y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
How many hours are in a day? Ain't but 24 hours a day. One person can't watch 86 hours a day of these lectures.
Go ahead.
You one person, the only way you can watch 86 hours of lectures, you gotta put 3.5 phones in front of you. Or 3.5 laptops.
Come on.
And choose 3.5 lectures. And you got to run them joints all day and night for 24 hours. Are you listening to me? One thing about Negroes, niggas, colored boys, colored girls, if they like you and approve of you, they'll believe the best about you. If they don't like you, don't approve of you, they are quick to believe the worst about you. And one of the faults and or flaws in my character is I give people lots of reasons not to like or approve of me and don't give a damn. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
So you want to believe ain't nobody watching. You want to believe ain't nobody being reached. And you want to believe this with no facts, no evidence. But you heard the saying, there's more to blah, blah, blah than meets the eye. More than meets the eye.
That's right.
What meets your eye is me preaching and the chair's empty. So you want to believe I can't get nobody to watch, I can't get nobody to listen, I can't get nobody to pay me no attention. But I'm being paid attention to 86 hours a damn day. The hell is wrong with you? You think I'm just coming up here for nothing? You make it almost me coming up here for nothing. If it was up to you, I would be doing this for nothing. But like I read to you from the 3rd chapter of Ezekiel, I come up here, and by me coming up here, no matter what the hell you do or don't do, I end up saving myself. I don't get judged by how many people convert or revert or come out and cheer and clap. I don't get judged by that. I get judged by how many people I reach with the message, not what they decide to do with it. Talk back to me. I'm straight. You gotta get straight. All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. What I have is numbers. And you know we say numbers don't lie, right?
Right.
What I have is the numbers to crunch, the beans to count.
Go ahead.
Because I'm not just a minister, but I'm a secretary.
Go ahead. Yes,
I crunch numbers.
yes, sir.
Are you listening to me? And I'm good at it. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us you must be qualified to hold all the positions in the temple.
Come on.
And that would be me. Qualified to hold all the positions in the temple. Somebody needs to train the men. I'm qualified to do that.
Go ahead.
Somebody needs to crunch the numbers. I'm qualified to do that. Somebody needs to enforce the law. I'm qualified to do that. Somebody is needed to carry the word. I'm qualified to do that.
Go ahead.
Talk back to me.
Teach.
Every position in the temple except MGT captain.
That's right.
I'm qualified to hold. And I'd be qualified to hold that if I had a cat and a pair of girls instead of a bat and a pair of... Ain't nothing disqualifying me to be the MGT captain but biology.
Right.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And that's for those of you who think biology don't count. Talking about you knuckleheads who don't know what you are, who identify as they instead of he or she. Talk black to me. Talking about what sex you were assigned at birth. And as opposed to what sex you identify as. Some of you idiots think you're a woman trapped in a man's body. Some of you idiots think you're a man trapped in a woman's body. As if that is even scientifically possible. You can't trap a woman in a man's body. A man's body can only, what word am I looking for? A man's body can only produce, but if you don't understand as much as I want you to produce, listen, I'm going to just use another word. A man's body can only radiate a man. That's all it can do. A woman's body can only radiate a woman. That's all it can do. Talk back to me. You ever seen the body of a dog radiating cat?
Negative.
You ever seen the body of a cat radiating dog?
As you were, sir.
It is the flesh that produces the spirit. So the flesh of a dog can only produce the spirit of dog.
Go ahead.
The flesh of a cat can only produce the spirit of cat.
Teach.
The flesh of a man can only produce the spirit of man.
That's right.
And the flesh of a woman can only produce the spirit of woman.
Come on.
Are you listening to me? That doesn't mean that a woman whose flesh is producing female spirit cannot act like a damn male.
Right.
But that's an act.
Key word.
A-C-T, damn it, that's an act. You're acting like a man.
Go ahead.
Your female body body is not producing a male spirit. It's not. You're acting.
Go ahead. Speak.
Talk black to me.
Speak.
If you didn't have males in your life to pattern yourself after,
Right.
there is no possible way you could produce the spirit of a male. A man has to provide you with male spirit for you to copy after.
Go ahead. Speak.
Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir. Make it plain.
If it were not for women, faggot, if it were not for women in your life, for you to take an example from, ain't no way you could say, hey, you couldn't be no damn fag unless there was women, nigga. Talk black to me. You wouldn't know how to act like no damn woman if you didn't have a real woman to pattern yourself after. Because your male flesh can't produce independently nor originally the spirit of no female. And the same with a female when it comes to being a man. It's scientifically impossible. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Faggots and dykes? Y'all too? I wonder if the YouTube will keep going. So I crunch the numbers. I count the beans. And so YouTube provides you with metrics, meaning how your broadcasts, how your videos perform. They give you the numbers. You don't have the numbers. You just got a video screen, whether it's a TV, laptop, cell phone, note, tablet, whatever. All you got is a damn screen. I got the numbers, genius. I know what the hell is going on here. You're just guessing. So, this being the beginning of January, I get a notification on the YouTube channel. Your yearly recap is ready. Okay, so you go into the yearly recap, and they're going to tell you how your channel performed for the year. All you scorecard niggas listening? Are you watching? You paying attention with your damn scorecards? Because now we're dealing with something that a scorecard would be appropriate for. So, January 1st, 2024 until December 31st, 2024. 72,000 and change video views. Now that's nothing. People be getting that, man, just for one video. That's their damn business. I don't care nothing about that. I am not bragging about how high that is. I am disputing how low it's not. You watch a video and you see one person, two people, three people in here, and you think all I'm reaching is 3 people. I'm saying, hell no, it's way more than that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying what I am reaching is so fantastic because there's too many people reaching a million times that. I am not bragging about how high. I am proving to you how not low, because your estimation is based on how. And I'm telling you, you don't know what the flock you talking about. Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
I am talking to enough people to say, is everybody all right? I got the numbers to prove it. So 72,000 views. Okay. Well, that don't mean nothing. it was just people that just happened to just. Now you want to act like those are numbers of people who just clicked on and clicked right back off. No. Again, the numbers genius. 1,898,000 and change minutes viewed. Do you know how many minutes there are in a year? Of course not. You know why you don't know how many minutes there are in a year? I'm talking to Muslims only right now. Do you know why you don't know how many minutes there are in a year? Because you're a Muslim and Islam is mathematics. Anybody catch the insult that I just hit them bastards with? And witches? You're a Muslim, which means you claim Islam. Well, Islam is mathematics. Mathematics is numbers. That's why you don't know the number of minutes in a year. The insult that I'm making is you claim Islam, but you don't gain Islam. Okay. There are only 525,000 and change minutes in a year.
That's right.
You got 500,000 minutes in a year.
That's right.
But this channel was watched approximately 2 million minutes. Not only was there never a single 60-second period for the whole damn year we weren't being watched, but not one of those seconds of any of those minutes existed where there weren't at least 3.5 people watching.
That's right. See? That's right.
Are you listening to me?
No. Right.
Everybody still all right?
Yes, sir.
So, you take, and the average length of a view is 32 minutes. So you can miss me with them, that was just a couple of seconds. I have the numbers, jackass. The average view is 32 minutes. Now here's the problem with that 32 minutes. The amount of individual, different, unique viewers is smaller than the number of views. So if you got 72,000 views, you didn't have 72,000 people. Talk back to me. Which means that however many thousand people there were, they was watching more than once. Are you listening? So I crunched them numbers too. The typical average person watches an hour and a half. Now you're saying to yourself, I'll be looking at you for no hour and a half. No. I said the typical average. You're not the typical, you're not the average. Some of you be like, man, I'll be watching the whole thing. You ain't the typical, you ain't the average. You got niggas that'll watch me for 3 milliseconds. You got niggas that'll watch me for 3 hours. The average genius, and trust me, you want the number of views or viewers to be as high as possible, because if you make that number low, all you're doing is saying that the people who do watch are so captivated they're watching longer. That's not what you want. Trust me, you don't want that. You want the viewer to be as high, or viewers to be as high as possible. Well, I'm telling you, the average viewer views, not going to sit there and watch an hour and a half at one time. You're going to watch for about 10 minutes. Matter of fact, 7 minutes, because niggas have a 7-minute attention span. You're going to watch 7 minutes, you're going to click out the damn video. Then you're going to click back in, however many minutes later. You're going to watch another 7 minutes, click out the damn video. That's how niggas watch videos, brother. Because you're so concerned with your stupid self, what someone else's video is doing about something else that you're interested in. And I know for a fact what I'm talking about because I'll be sitting watching niggas watch videos. My word is bond to Allah, Master Farad Muhammad.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I'm sitting at work watching a nigga, and I don't mean that in a negative because this my nigga. Love this nigga. But I'm sitting at work watching this nigga.
Go ahead.
1 minute you watching, I think the name of the channel is London's Way or whatever. Some stupid nigga garbage. Some dude with a fancy car talking to gold diggers.
Go ahead.
So, you watching this nigga talk to this scantily clad, ignorant black chick about ignorant nig-ish. So you watching that for a few minutes.
Yes, sir.
Then you switch. You come out of that video and you start watching a video about football. Now you watching a video about football.
Right.
What's my man name? Deion.
Oh,
Deion Sanders.
Yes, sir. Prime time.
Damn near every freaking video is goddamn Deion Sanders and his son.
Right.
And his other son.
Yes, sir.
So you watching that.
Right.
Then you click out of that. You don't watch that. You click out of that and start watching Shannon Damn Sharp.
Oh, man. Come on.
Sitting up there looking stupid, sounding stupid, talking to a damn nigga that's just as stupid.
Club Shay Shay. That's what they call it.
I mean, I'm watching you do this.
Yes, sir.
Talk back to me. This is how niggas watch videos.
Yes, sir.
In, out, here, there, everywhere. So you click out the damn video constantly.
Yes, sir.
And that's what keeps the peak concurrence low. On an average Sunday, the peak concurrence is going to be 46. That's the highest number of people that were watching at any given time.
Go ahead.
But the numbers are going to say that there was a minimum of 150 people that was watching.
Go ahead.
So that means 104 of them 150 niggas in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out.
Yes, sir.
If each one of them would just sit, I almost cussed. I swear to God, I almost used that F word just now. If each one of them niggas would sit up still
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
for at least 15 minutes,
Right.
the peak live would be over 100. Goddamn low attention span, jackass niggas won't sit still.
Go ahead.
So at any given time, those 150 people, out of those 150 people, 104 of them is jumping around in and out. Only 46 of them is sitting still long enough to be counted.
Go ahead.
Man, I'll knock your nappy head off.
Teach on. Teach.
This is why I talk the way I talk and don't give a damn what you think and feel about it. Nigga, what? You are an aggravating, frustrating people. You need a foot up your behind. And since I can't do it physically, I'm going to do it verbally.
Go ahead.
Talk black to me. Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. you stand to be condemned. So I looked at the same numbers, and I said, okay, let's just look at December. December, 5,500 views for the month of December. December 1st to December 31st, 5,500 views. 2,915 hours watched, which translates into 174,000 minutes and some change. Okay? The average view, 32 minutes long. All right? Follow me now.
Yes, sir. Keep going.
But it was only 1,525 different people during the month that viewed. Well, 1,525 people, if they were only viewing once, you don't have 5,500 views. So that means the 1,525 people click out the video and then click back in it. So what happens is you got only 1,500 people, but they're causing 5,000 views. Because their damn attention span ain't long enough to sit the hell still. Nigga. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Now, out of the 1,525 people, 675 were regulars. Only 550, I think. Let's see. 1,525 minus 675. 15 minus 700 would be 825. Right? 15 minus 7 would be 825, right? Islam is mathematics. So you take 1,525 minus 700, and you got 825, correct?
1,525 minus 700?
Yeah. That's 825, isn't it? Uh-huh. 825. All right. So if you add another 25, because the return viewers was only 675.
Yes, sir.
Now add another 25.
Yes, sir.
So now that equals 850. So 675 are regulars, which means 850 was people who watched for the first time.
Yes, sir.
That would mean guests.
Right.
You're looking at empty chairs. This is 2025. So you're not going to get guests in the form of chairs with niggas in chairs.
Go ahead.
You're going to get them in first-time viewers.
Right.
All right, well, that's 850.
Right.
Right?
Yes, sir.
675 regular.
Right.
That means people who have watched the channel before. 675 of the 1,525, they've been here before. So they already know what they get. The screaming, the so-called cussing, the fussing, the nigga, all of the stuff you condemn, 675 came right back. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Now, the average is 1,300 unique viewers for the month, 4,600 views for the month. Are you listening to me? The minutes viewed is always between 27 and 32. It doesn't go lower than that.
Yes, sir.
Talk back to me now.
Yes, sir.
The point I'm making is this. I know what I'm doing when I come up here. I know what I'm accomplishing when I come up here. All you doing is watching a damn video, and if you turn out hoe, you judging by that. Shut up. Shut up, shutting up. I'm telling you, man, you some aggravating niggas. And I'm an aggravating nigga too. So I make sure I aggravate you as much as I possibly can since you aggravate me. Hell out of here. So I'm doing my job. The duty of the minister is, and these brothers are helping me do it. I go into the notifications and I see so-and-so shared the video. I look in the Cash App, so-and-so also paid their charity, double the amount that is the minimum to be paid. I see you. Your charity is there. You're sharing the video. Sometimes you even comment in the video. But a hoe doesn't see you here and judges whether or not you're part of the temple by whether they see you or hear you here. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. But a G judges you by what you do. Hello? So here you have someone, and I'm not saying that's the only one, but here you have someone who is sharing the video, meaning that they are fishing, paying charity double the minimum amount, but you don't see them. So you don't judge me, you don't judge us, you don't judge this for what it is, because seeing with you is believing. Meanwhile, this morning when I got up to make prayer, I paid rent on 2 damn temples.
All praise be to Allah.
One in Cleveland and this one here. And the one in Cleveland is $800 a month more than the one, no, $700, because they went up on this one. $700 a month more than the one here. And I'm just sitting there with my little mouse, click, rent, click, out. And these whole niggas talking trash don't even have a building. I got 2. They don't even have one. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
And if they got one, they can't hardly keep it. How long you had your building? Farrakhan's niggas got a building on Metropolitan now. How long they had it? What happened to Campbellton Road?
Yes, sir. Good question.
Get a building, keep the damn building for 11 years.
Go ahead. All praise be to Allah. For the most honorable Elijah.
Same building, 11 years. And then, because progress, moved to a bigger, better building. And now we working on our 4th year here. All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. The building we left, the landlord was sorry to see us go. And up until just a couple of months ago, when I went by, it was still empty, still said Muhammad's Temple 15 on it.
Wow.
And we've been going damn near 4 years.
Wow.
Why would you want me to go? The reason I left is because I was paying the rent 3 months at a time. I wasn't struggling to pay the rent every month. When I paid the rent for that month and then the next 2 months coming.
Come on.
That's all I was paying. So I'm like, well, damn, if we got it like that, we can get a bigger, better building. So that's what the hell we did.
Yes, sir. See.
And then when we got this building, we started doing the same thing. We paying this rent. This rent was $400 a month more than that rent. We started paying this rent the same way, 3 months. Pay the rent this month, pay next month, and the month after that when we pay it. When it's time for the rent to be due again, pay 3 months again. So I'm like, well, okay. Time for another temple. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Meanwhile, black at the ranch, you got niggas running around talking about there's a bunch of temples and ain't got one temple among them. But the nigga you hate so much, the one that the messenger wouldn't be pleased with, the one that, you know, I don't know all the crap you say about me, that's the one doing the damn most. Nigga, I'm the worst minister the messenger ever had.
Man, come on. As you were, sir.
That's why I got more than the other ones. To a nigga, that makes sense. Nobody else, but to a nigga, that makes sense. Talk black to me. I fish you into Islam. Nah, I was already in. Shut up. Nigga, I fish you into Islam. I don't know what the hell you was in. I fish you into Islam. Or put it this way, let me, just to be fair, I don't fish you into Islam. Nope. I fish you into the nation of Islam.
Go ahead.
You ain't wrote no letter. I don't give a damn what you studied, what you learned, what you did. Nigga, you ain't wrote no letter. Ain't passed nothing. Ain't recited jack. Ain't got no X, ain't in no FOI. I fish you into the nation of Islam. Get you registered, processed, registered, X the hell up. I train you. You got no FOI training. I personally train you. Help you get some more people.
See.
You more mouth than any goddamn thing. And that's cool. My word is bound to Allah. It's going to be taken as an insult, but my word is bound to Allah. Insult or not, that's cool. If you more mouth than any damn thing. So anybody wanna hate, anybody wanna whatever, go ahead, do you. But I'm telling you, that's cool. Whatever you bring to the table of the nation of Islam is very important, and Muhammad needs it. All praise is due to Allah for the honorable Elijah Muhammad. So this ain't clowning you for being you. This is smacking you for faking you. If your talent is plumbing, nigga, lay pipes. Stay the hell out from inside the wall running damn wires. That ain't your strength. So when you get so arrogant about your ability to lay pipe, you now marching in the electrician's lane. Nigga, you a plumber. You ain't no electrician. You don't have them skills. You more mouth than any goddamn thing. And we need your mouth. Muhammad needs your mouth, nigga. And if your mouth is serving Muhammad, the only thing that should be said properly is, all praise is due to Allah for the honorable Elijah Muhammad. But nigga, stay in your lane. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
I'm not more mouth than anything. I'm more everything but mouth than I am mouth. Hello? You just hate my mouth, and rightfully so. Just keep it 100. You just hate my mouth so much that you make me mouth, because that's what you concentrate on. I'm a good trainer. I'm a good administrator. I'm a good every damn thing. When it comes to doing this work, you just mouth. So I take the talents and gifts that Allah has blessed me with, besides mouth, back up your damn mouth. You get things to a point where I can get you a temple. You ain't got to get it yourself. I get the damn thing for you. Pay the rent and everything. You go nuts. Start acting a goddamn fool, so now I got to back the hell up off of you. Because I don't want what you doing to be reflecting on me. Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. So the damn temple sit empty.
Man, come on.
I pay the damn rent. Why? Because it's in my name. Hello? Listen, what the hell sense does it make for me to separate myself from you because I don't want what you do to be associated with my name? Then I turn around and don't honor the term of the lease that's in my name. If I'm going to mess up my own name by breaking the freaking lease, I might as well let you mess up my name, right? Duh, nigga, duh! Not to mention that in addition to my name personally, Muhammad's Temple 15 is on the lease. Now I got the messenger's name associated with my garbage. No. So, if you are some judgmental nigga, you might mean well, and all praise is due to Allah if you mean well. You looking at it like that's just a waste of money. The hell it is. Elijah Muhammad's name is associated with that lease. I'm goddamn paying it. My name, goddamn it, Eric Shabazz. My name is associated. I'm paying it. The hell you think my credit 800 and above for? Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Till I start messing with niggas and maxing my credit card out. And then look, then when the credit dropped damn near 100 points, I'm still way up above 7. Credit dropped damn near 100 points. I'm still above 7. My name on something, I'm paying it. Period. Elijah Muhammad's name on something, I'm paying it. Period. I'm not going to try to get out of it, and I'm not going to default on it. I'm paying it. How much is Elijah Muhammad's name worth?
Everything.
You goddamn right, everything. Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. You working with us, I'm telling you. You want to know why I'm such a you know what? Take a look in the mirror. You are the reason I'm like this. You. So if you want to complain about why I'm the way I am, look in the mirror and solve that damn problem. Now, ultimately, it's my fault that I allow you to take me to the places I go. That's ultimately my fault, and I'm aware of that. I'm going to take that L. But trust me, you taking me there. Enough. Jesus said what this is. Jesus said the harvest is plenteous, but the laborers are few. When we went up there in October, and we walked through the Walmart a few miles down the road, when we walked to the Big Eagle, I think that's the name of it, the Big Eagle across the street, everywhere we went, the people were reacting to us like we were rock stars. Am I lying?
No, sir. You're telling the truth, sir. Yes, sir.
We in an area that's so fertile.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
The harvest is so plenteous, man. We could be doing such great work there.
Yes, sir.
Goddamn niggas want to be stupid.
Yes, sir.
The laborers are few. Harvest is plenteous.
Go ahead.
86 hours of viewing per day. That's 365.25 days, and every single one of them days, 86 hours, except the 0.25. Don't count the 0.25, just wait 4 years, and when you get the 29th of February, then put them 86 hours in there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Leap year.
But the laborers to work that harvest, so few. Right or wrong?
That's right.
Talk black to me. Y'all play too much. You play too damn much, and you playing with the lives of the people, because this is a universal work for the separation of our people from the devils, and the separation of our people from the devils for the purpose of saving us, or destroying the devils and saving us. Talk black to me. And why is this? Why is this?
Yes, sir.
I do a podcast, right?
As you were, sir.
And I'm talking about the one I actually did.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir.
I do a podcast.
Yes, sir.
And it's not a temple meeting, it's just a podcast. And that man screenshots one point in the podcast. And the peak live is up to 130.
Go ahead.
What which ain't high, but it's okay, is 130. That doesn't say that was the peak, but that was the peak he was able to capture. 130 of me sitting at my desk just talking to somebody sitting at his. But the temple meeting, oh man, never nowhere near that. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah. Niggas, bro. Niggas. The harvest is plenteous. The laborers are few. Why don't we have a temple in that city? Why in the hell don't we have a temple in that city? If I'm doing a podcast in that city and it's 130 people in the live feed watching, and I'm a regular guest asked to come on 2 times a month, why in the hell we ain't got no temple up there? Because the harvest is plenteous, it's the goddamn laborers that are few. Talk back to me. But if you are some wicked goddamn nigga witch, if you are there and you get disappointed, disgruntled, whatever, with Minister Eric, because you want some thirsty nigga chick-ish, then you ain't getting nothing accomplished there because you're too busy running behind something else. Y'all all right? I've already said too much, but trust me, I forced myself not to say more than I did say. Word is bomb, I did. Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
Because you don't keep Allah and the messenger out front. You don't do that. So here I am doing enough work on behalf of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, reaching enough people, having enough impact that there should be more work in the form of temple establishment going on in your city, but it ain't. It ain't. Because those who should be working with me to get a temple established there, you don't want to work with me to get the temple established there. So, in order for the people to get the message there, they got to watch a damn podcast instead of going to the temple. Talk back to me. Niggas. Now, how many people think that I haven't been teaching my subject, the end of the prophets? How many people? Raise your hands. I don't care if it's in front of the TV, raise your damn hand. I'm just playing. How many people think I haven't been teaching my subject? How many people think that I wasn't standing here as I was talking and saying to myself, damn, I didn't realize it, but this is, I'm talking about the whole time I've been talking, off and on. I'm thinking to myself, this is the subject. I mean, it's a perfect name for the subject. Listen to me very carefully. The reason I'm going into the things that I'm going into is precisely word is bond to Master Farad Muhammad. I'm not being slick here. I'm being genuine and truthful. Is because we are at the end of the prophets. And I believe, maybe I'm being spooky, but I believe that the reason the subject fits what I have been saying so well is because I got it from the messenger. How could you be any more genuine and sincere than to be in the kitchen, getting ready to make some coffee? You're listening to the messenger. You're playing the messenger. And the messenger says, I'm not a prophet. We're at the end of the prophets.
That's right.
You don't need a prophet.
That's right.
There's so much in those words and on so many different levels. Talk back to me. You want to talk to me about whether the most honorable Elijah Muhammad was part of Noble Drew Ali's movement?
Go ahead.
Others of you, if you cokehead Umar Johnson, you want to talk about whether Elijah Muhammad stole the FOI from Marcus Garvey's African League, stole the MGT from whatever the hell he called his women? I mean, listen to me. One of the reasons, I'm not saying it's the biggest reason, I'm not saying it's not either, but I'm telling you without any doubt in my mind, one of the reasons why the Nation of Islam is constantly being brought up in conversation. Louis Farrakhan has never been more irrelevant than he is now. I'm telling you, that's a fact. One of the reasons that the Nation of Islam is being brought up in so many damn conversations and in a way where there's this detraction going on is because 86 hours a damn day, 7 days a week, every month of the entire year, one of Elijah Muhammad's ministers, the craziest and most buck wild one of all, is blasting Elijah Muhammad and Farad. Are you listening to me? So you got to come in now and try to act like Elijah Muhammad got his juice from Noble Drew Ali. Elijah Muhammad got his juice from Marcus Garvey. The only source you nappy, I'm not talking about Moors, and I'm not talking about Garveyites. I'm talking about niggas. Whether you claim Moor or Garveyite or not. I'm talking about jealous-hearted, chicken-hearted, bastard-hearted niggas who want to throw shade on the most honorable Elijah Muhammad because you have nothing better to do with your useless, worthless life. You want to come and start, like I said, throwing shade on the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and Master Farad Muhammad. And so the singular, the exclusive source that you do not think, believe, ascribe to what the most honorable Elijah Muhammad taught and built is Master Farad Muhammad. Master Farad Muhammad is the one goddamn source. Where's my nigga shaker?
Come on.
He is the one source that is not responsible for Elijah Muhammad.
Come on.
That only makes sense to a nigga. He didn't get his juice from Farad. Now, we got lessons, right? I'm not even going to entertain the garbage right this very second, maybe in a few seconds. But right this very second, I'm not even going to entertain the garbage of, see, right here is a picture of Master of Farad Muhammad, and he was using the name so-and-so and so-and-so in this picture with the Moors. I don't know what the hell you monkeys have in your goddamn bananas. I don't know. I don't know who puts cocaine or methamphetamine in bananas and then gives it to you goddamn monkey niggas. I don't know who does it. All I know is you eating some meth-laden bananas in your goddamn cage. Talking about this a picture of Farad Muhammad with the Moors at temple number what?
Monkeys on drugs.
Lick, smack.
Oh, man.
Ah! Now let me show you how stupid these niggas are.
Yes, sir.
Elijah Muhammad was part of Garvey's movement. This is what they say.
Yes, sir.
He wasn't.
And you were. Yes, sir.
But this is what they say.
Yes, sir.
He was part of Garvey. If you look at the MGT, you look at the FOI, you can see the influence of Garvey's UNIA. These the same niggas that ascribe Malcolm X's, whatever you want to call it,
Right.
that ascribe to Malcolm X Garvey. That's what really made Malcolm X. Not Elijah, it was Garvey. When Malcolm was a little boy, his father was a Garveyite. He was the head of a particular chapter. Malcolm used to go to the meetings and listen to his father and that.
That's what they say.
You trying to Garveyize Malcolm X.
That's what they say.
Okay. Show you how convoluted a nigga's logic is. And which is the reason why you can be as unimpressed with me as you possibly could be. But get in the goddamn ring with me, faggot, and I'll show you what's up. And I ain't talking about no physical boxing. I'm saying bring your punk sucker biatch BS to me and watch me shred it like goddamn cheese. You're an idiot. I can't stand you. I only barely love you, but I sure as hell can't stand you. And I would like to open your head up like a coconut.
Come on.
I'd like to close it back and everything be all right, but I need it open. Look, he is the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
His father was a Christian preacher.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. That's right.
Now, I'm listening to the messenger this morning say, before I got to the temple, I'm listening to him say that his father was a preacher,
Yes, sir.
but his father was so poor he never could afford to get him a good set of clothes.
Come on.
So he was about 2 or 3 years old and he was just wearing a little dress. And he would sit on his father's lap, whatever,
Go ahead.
you know,
Yes, sir.
during his father's Christian whatever.
Yes, sir.
Okay? So Malcolm, meetings with Garvey. That's what made Malcolm. But just like you try to say Malcolm was made by his father teaching Garvey at Garveyite meetings, well, here's Elijah Muhammad, a little boy,
Right.
at Christian preacher meetings.
Right. Yes, sir. That's right.
Sitting on the speaker stand with his father.
Go ahead. That's right.
Here's a man that taught Islam, but he taught it from the Bible.
Go ahead.
Way more than he ever taught it from the Quran. He did teach it from the Quran, but he used the Bible more than any other book. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Teach.
But you don't say that Elijah Muhammad got his Nation of Islam juice from the Black Christian Church.
Go ahead. Teach. That's right. Go ahead.
You can recognize that being the son of a Baptist preacher,
Right.
sitting on a speaker stand with his father, whole time he a little boy,
Yes, sir.
you can recognize that that ain't what made him Elijah Muhammad.
Right.
But when it come to Malcolm being at some damn Earl Little Garveyite meetings, that's what made Malcolm X. Nigga, bruh.
Yes, sir.
convoluted logic of a nappy-headed nigger. Get out my face. You are the most inconsistent bastards that have ever lived in the history of inconsistent bastards.
Come on.
You don't make no damn sense, because you ain't trying to make none. You just trying to throw shade on the Nation of Islam and the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and build your movement off us.
Come on.
Talk black to me. Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
Now, the MGT garment, not yet. The MGT garment, you do realize that ultimately and eventually that comes from the habit of the nuns. Did you know that? I bet you Muslims are arguing against what I just said just right now. Yeah. If you look at what the nuns wear,
Yes, sir.
that's what the MGT garment ultimately eventually comes from.
Yes, sir. It looks very similar.
They look very similar for a damn reason.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
So I guess the Catholic Church is where Elijah Muhammad got the Nation of Islam. See, you try to give it to Garvey because that's just what you want to do. Here's a man whose father was Christian, and the ultimate Christian is Catholic,
Right.
teaching Islam from the Bible and got his women in a damn nun habit.
Go ahead.
But you don't give it to the church. You don't give it to Christianity. You're trying to give it to Garvey. Because you want to build your Garvey BS. Garvey's philosophy and opinions is not BS. That's not what I'm saying.
Right. Yes, sir.
I'm saying your Garvey BS.
Right.
Not Garvey's actual good stuff, but your Garvey garbage. You want to build the garbage that you building in Garvey's name off the good name of Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam. Talk back to me.
That's right. See.
You ain't nothing but some Pepsi niggas. You always talking about a taste test with Coke.
Go ahead.
Why Coke got to always be in your Pepsi promotions?
Go ahead.
Because the only way you can build Pepsi is to compare it to Coke, because Coke is the real thing.
Go ahead. That's right.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
When you think cola, you think Coke. When you think black, you think Nation of Islam.
That's right.
So all you other black niggas trying to be the big black nigga, you always gotta have a taste test with the Nation of Islam.
Go
4 out
ahead.
of 5 people
That's right.
in a taste test pick the UNIA over the Nation of Islam.
As you were, sir.
4 out of 5 people in a taste test pick the Moore Science Temple of America over the Nation of Islam.
As you were, sir.
Go to hell
Go ahead.
and dip yourself in gasoline before you get there.
Come on.
You want to bang with the Nation of Islam? I'm the right nigga. Let's go. Because I'm not worried about you getting mad and being driven away from the nation. I'll kick you away from it. You ain't got no damn business challenging the Nation of Islam. So I don't give a damn how belligerent, ignorant, niggerish, and whatever I'm coming grimy as hell. Nigga, what?
Come on.
Don't be bowing your faggot chest at the Nation of Islam, because I'm caving it in. Get out of here with that. It ain't about wanting you to be a Muslim with us.
Come on.
This is a universal work. And it is also the separation of our people from the devils for the purpose of destroying the devils and saving you.
That's right. See. Teach.
Why? How? Because this universal work, this separation of our people from the devils, for the purpose of destroying the devils and saving you, it is a universal work that comes at the end of the prophets. If this wasn't the end of the prophets, this wouldn't be the work that it is.
Go ahead.
The separation of our people from the devils for the purpose of destroying the devils and saving you is that takes place at the end of the prophets. So when we come teaching you, when we come with that work, with the message, lesson number 1 is the basis of that work.
Go ahead.
When we come with the supreme wisdom, that's the base of that work. Don't hand me no prophet. Are you listening?
Go ahead.
I'll bring you Elijah.
Come on.
You bring me Jesus. I'll bring you Elijah. You bring me Muhammad.
Right.
I'll bring you Elijah. You bring me Moses.
Right.
All 3 prophets. I bring you Elijah. You bring me Noble Drew Ali.
Right.
Prophet.
Prophet. Go ahead.
Noble Drew Ali.
Go ahead. That's right.
Talk black to me. I bring you Elijah. You bring me Garvey. What did Garvey say when he left? He said, you'll see me in the whirlwind. Well, Garvey, if we're going to see you in the whirlwind, who is that associated with?
Right.
Elijah.
Go ahead now. Go ahead.
You can't make a statement you're going to see me in the whirlwind and not be talking about Elijah.
Right.
Talk back to me. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You begin teaching us Islam as that one, not Garvey, but Ali. You begin teaching us Islam for the first time since we've been here in the hills of North America. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Hello. You're doing a great work. You laying somewhat of a foundation. You're the first person introducing us to Islam. Okay? Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
But the message you're bringing, no matter how you want to slice it, it's a message of the prophets. Right or wrong, it's a message of the prophets. We at the end of the prophets.
Come on.
Talk black to me. You are calling yourself a prophet. But we're at the end of the prophets.
Yes, sir. Teach.
We don't need no prophet.
Teach.
Talk black to me.
Teach.
But when you have been shaped and molded and formed by a world that is the world of the prophets, it's actually the world of the devil.
Go ahead.
But I'm saying it's the world of the prophets because during the period of the devil's world, you don't get God, you get the prophets of God in the absence of God.
Go ahead.
Are you with me?
Yes, sir. Teach.
Your Holy Quran says this specifically.
Right.
Iblis, who is the same as Shaitan, it's just 2 different levels of development. Iblis is given respite
Yes, sir.
until the day that the people that Iblis is the enemy of are raised. He's given respite till the day of resurrection.
Go ahead.
Right?
Yes, sir. That's right.
It's Iblis's world. And the Muslims is just some squirrels trying to get a nut.
Go ahead.
Talk black to me. And that's why Ramadan serves as a sign of the 6,000-year night of the devil's world, where feasting and frolicking and whatever was the order of the day until the bright day of truth comes. With the coming of God, the Mahdi, the Son of Man. Are you listening? Ramadan and the fast of Ramadan. That is a practice and teaching of the prophets. But the December fast is a fast that comes at the end of the prophets. It's a sign that we're at the end of the prophets. Are you listening to me? At the end of the prophets, the time for you to be deciding whether you want to be a Moor or a Garveyite or F with the Nation of Islam. Ain't no more time for that. It's the Nation of Islam or death. You don't get to choose no more. You were given 6,000 years to choose whether you would serve Allah or the devil. That time is in Allah and Allah only, or you getting laid down. I don't give a damn whether you agree with or want to follow Elijah Muhammad, except Farad Muhammad. You doing it whether you want to, like to, or not, or you getting laid down. That's it. Your day to choose is over. And that's why the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said of Master Farad Muhammad, he got the power to force the whole world to bow to his will. And he also said in the same book, Message to the Black Man, that Master Farad Muhammad is going to end the serving or worshiping of any other God. That means no other religion, no other ideology, no other philosophy, no other movement, no other organization, no other nothing.
Go ahead.
You will not serve or worship any God besides Allah, the Mahdi, Master Farad Muhammad.
Go ahead.
Why? Because we at the end of the prophets. During the time of the prophets, it's like, now, shawty, I'm straight. Let's go, baby. Let's do it. You can get with this, or you can get with that. Or you can get with this, or you can get with that. Yeah, that's for that 6,000 years. But once we hit the end of the prophets, all that, you can get with this, or you can get with, that's over with. You better get with this. Or you gonna get with that. Talk black to me. Accept Islam and live, or reject it and what? Die. So the Holy Quran says, on that day. Wait a minute, Prophet Muhammad. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Wait a minute. Holy prophet. What you mean on that day? What about today?
Right.
Silly Orthodox Muslims don't think worth a damn.
That's right.
They got too much prayer rug fibers in their damn head. Somebody put coke on their damn prayer rug and they hit the damn thing too much. It soaked into their forehead, got into their bloodstream. Stupid mother. Stop that, Minister Erics. You don't think.
Right.
And I am quite aware that there needs to be a more diplomatic and civil minister of the messenger to talk to you. But that ain't my job. I'm not that nigga. I'm grimy with it. Because you are grimy with it. Now, until that better nigga comes, you got Eric. Okay? They want a better nigga, but don't want to be better niggas.
Go ahead. Teach.
They want to have a better nigga, but they don't want to be better niggas.
Go ahead.
Hell no.
Right. Teach.
Be a better nigga and you'll get a better nigga.
Teach on it.
Pissing all over the Nation of Islam, Master Farad Muhammad, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and you think ain't no golden shower coming back at you? I bet you every Sunday at Temple 15 is golden shower time. Hell no. We at the end of the prophets. The Holy Quran makes it clear.
That day.
If you say, whoever brings a religion other than Islam on that day, it will not be accepted from him.
Go ahead. Teach.
Okay, Prophet Muhammad, so what you're saying is, whoever brings a religion other than Islam today,
And it worked.
it may be accepted from him. Right?
Yes, sir.
Talk back to me.
Right.
What proof do we have? Well, the Holy Quran says those who are Christians and the Sabians and the Jews and whatever,
That's correct. That's right. And the believers. Yes, sir.
whoever of them, blah, 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 blah. In other words, the Holy Quran says that Allah is not going to judge between the people until the day of resurrection.
Yes, sir.
The Holy Quran says, look, Christians, judge by what has been revealed to you. Jews, you judge by that which has been revealed to you. Muslims, you judge by that which has been revealed to you. The Holy Quran is making it clear, look, we accept all the prophets, all the scriptures, it's all from Allah, we down with it all. Y'all that want to make a difference and a distinction between the prophets, do you. We doing us. We'll see you on the day of resurrection. Allah will judge between us.
Yes, sir. That's right.
You with me?
Yes, sir. Teach.
Well, when will Allah judge between us? On that day.
Yes, sir.
So when we reach the end of the prophets,
Go ahead.
if you come with a religion other than Islam, when we reach the day of the end of the prophets,
Right.
your Judaism ain't being accepted.
Come on.
Your Christianity ain't being accepted.
Come on.
Your nothing else is going to be accepted.
Come on.
Now today, do you.
Right.
But there's a day coming, we gonna do you. We meaning the scientists of Islam,
Come on.
who are going to bring about the removal of this world.
Teach.
We're not going to do you right now because we gave this world respite till the day of resurrection. So you can do you right now.
Yes, sir. Teach.
But there's a day coming, my nigga, my cracker, my whatever. There's a day coming. You won't be able to do you no more. Because we been to do you.
Come on.
One of us is going to put our foot on land and the other foot on water.
Go ahead.
And the declaration is going to be made, light as we have known it will be no more.
Come on. Go
Talk black to me.
ahead. Teach, brother. Teach.
Because on that day, it's Islam or nothing. And it's the Islam represented by the sword in the mouth of the Lamb of God.
Go ahead.
Talk black to me.
Teach.
Who takes a book that's going to be the guidance for the hereafter out of the right hand of the God of the hereafter, who's seated on the throne of the
Come
hereafter.
on.
Because behold, or I beheld until the thrones, meaning of the world, were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did
Come
sit.
on. The ancient of days.
He had hair like lamb's wool.
That's right.
His feet were like brass that had been burnt in an oven.
Come on.
Talk
Go ahead.
black to me.
Teach on.
See, he was a rider on a black horse,
Come on.
not the pale horse, the The pale horse's rider was deaf, but the rider of the black horse had a pair of scales in his hand.
Man.
Talk black to me. The scales of what? The scales of justice.
Teach.
Huh?
Teach. Teach on it.
Now, on that day, go ahead and come with MSTA if you want, my nigga. On that day, come on with your UNIA. On that day, come on with your Afrocentricity. On that day, if you bring a religion other than Islam, it will not be accepted from you. Well, I'm bringing Islam. Really? Islam has 5 basic fundamental principles.
Yes, sir. Teach.
Let's see if you bring it in or not.
Teach.
Principle number 1, to believe in Allah and his apostle, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Go ahead.
Oops!
You just
Oops!
right. Go ahead.
Oops! You done. We don't need principle 2, 3, 4, or 5. Principle number 1 of Islam in 2025 is not the same as principle number 1 in 632.
Go ahead.
Principle number 1 of Islam in 632 is not the same as principle number 1 in 30 BC.
Go ahead. That's right.
Principle number 1 of Islam in 30 BC is not the same as principle number 1 of Islam 2000 BC.
Go ahead. That's right. Teach.
It's the same principle, principle number 1.
Right.
But it has a different application.
Yes, sir. Teach.
Same principle.
Right.
2000 BC. To believe in Allah and his apostle, Musa.
Back. Yes, sir. That's right.
To believe in Allah and his apostle, Musa.
Go ahead. That's right.
2,000 years later, to believe in Allah and his apostle, Isa.
Right. Go ahead.
600 years later, to believe in Allah and his apostle, Muhammad Abdullah.
Go ahead.
1,400 years later, to believe in Allah and his apostle, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Same principle,
Yes, sir. Teach.
but a different application
Teach.
at different times.
Teach.
Are you listening to me?
Go ahead. Teach.
So if your principle number 1 is not to believe in Allah and his apostle, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, that's a problem.
That's a problem. That's a problem. Go ahead.
I suggest you get your praise be to Allah for the honorable Elijah Muhammad. I suggest you take your damn cell phone and click and take a picture of your ass. Me no more questions, nigga.
That's the last.
Because that's the last you gonna see. Take a picture, boy, girl, whatever you is. Take a picture. Because it's about to be the last thing you got to remind you of it.
Okay. See. Yes, sir.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. We at the end of the prophets.
That's right.
What did all the prophets predict? The coming of God.
That's right.
None of the prophets could take you except for a little glimpse beyond the coming of God. God's coming is so bright, no prophet could see beyond it.
That's right. See.
No eye has seen,
That's right.
nor ear has heard, nor heart has conceived of what God is going to bring
Right.
when he comes at the end of the prophets.
Come on.
Are you listening to me? got the supreme wisdom and don't know your anus from your damn elbows. Now tell us.
See,
See this? This is an FOI manual. It was put together at the temple. It's not sold on a table on no damn street.
go ahead.
This is legit.
Come on.
Now let's go to the understanding born degree.
Go ahead. Yes, sir.
Why did I say it in 5% language? Because a lot of 5%ers done got real stupid today.
Yes, sir. Understand born. Come on.
Understanding born.
Right. Come on.
That's what some of you niggas need.
Right.
You need understanding to be born.
Go ahead.
Come on now. Somebody been in my damn book. What the hell? Oh well, I guess this is the reason why you got to have it memorized. Now tell us, would you hope to live to see the day when Allah will take the devil into hells in a very near future? Yes. I fast and pray Allah in the name of his prophet, W.D. Farad, that I live, that you what?
Live.
That you live to see the day when Allah, in his own good time,
Right.
will take the devils off the planet.
Go ahead.
Now, that sounds like some reasonably acceptable language, doesn't it? Think about it. Take the devils off the planet. That doesn't sound violent, does it?
Go ahead. Yes.
It doesn't sound bloody.
Right.
It doesn't sound genocidal, does it?
No, no.
Let me assure you that take the devils off the planet refers to unspeakable, unimaginable, unfathomable violence,
That's extinction.
genocide.
Yes, sir.
And the understanding born, you born in understanding. The understanding born degree says you fast.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you don't fast,
Right. How you gonna see the day?
not only how you gonna see the day, you won't see it. But if you don't fast, how are you in line
Right.
with the supreme wisdom?
Go ahead. Teach. Teach. Yes, sir.
You learn and recite that degree by heart and don't fast,
Right.
you stupid. Talk back to me.
Go ahead. Teach.
I know you're not going to like me for coming at you like that, but that's okay. You'll get over it.
Teach on. That's right.
I'm not here to be liked. Okay. What else does that degree, that born's understanding,
Go ahead.
not wisdom?
Right.
See, you born wisdom by reciting it.
Go ahead. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Teach.
And what you're wising or wisdoming is the knowledge of it.
Go ahead.
But the understanding, which is the best part of that knowledge,
Go ahead. Right.
is that you fast.
Right.
And what else?
Right.
pray. Allah, in the name of his prophet W.D. Farad. You got supreme wisdom. You don't fast. You don't pray. According to the understanding that's born in that degree, you're supposed to be praying and fasting to live to see the end of the prophets that you're in. You know, the ultimate end. You're already in the end, but I'm talking about that ultimate end where everything that they prophesied is fulfilled. Most of what they prophesied has been fulfilled, but there's still that little bit left. You fasting and praying to see that little bit left. The devil ain't been taken into no hells. He has not been removed or taken off the planet. He's still here and still giving us hell. Talk back to me. Now, remember the understanding that's born in degree. Do you hope to live to see the day when Allah will take the devil into hells in what? A very near future. This ain't talking about nothing distant. Very near future. Ain't nobody got time to be dying before this happens. The lesson specifically says in a very near future. So if I stand here and say enough is a goddamn enough with the freaking waiting, let's go. What the hell did you give me a supreme wisdom talking about a very near future for if I'm 60-something years old and going to end up dead for it goddamn happen? Hell no. See, this is why I say if I was Master Farad Muhammad, I'd have got rid of me long ago. Them niggas think I'm playing. I would have gotten rid of me. But I am what the hell I am. And I mean what the flock I say. You don't give me no understanding born degree or 39. You don't give me lesson number 2 talking about no very near future. And because them goddamn niggas won't accept Islam, you going to make me wait. I done already put 40-something years in. And then you going to make me wait until I freaking die before they freaking decide they want to accept this. I ain't with that. I'm not with it. It shouldn't have said very near future. Very near future means these goddamn niggas have had almost 100 years. That's enough. Let's go. That's what it means to Eric. Will I submit my will to his? You damn right. What choice do I have? But am I down with that? No. The hell with them. You had 100 years. Die, goddammit, or come on into the Nation of Islam. Period. I do not want to die before I see Allah take the devils off the planet. And your life being saved, I swear in his name, is not valuable enough to me personally for me not to be able to see that day. You can die, and I'm good with it. I want to see the day. That's why the hell I fast and pray.
That's right.
That's what the lesson said do. That's what the goddamn hell I do. So let's go. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Call my damn bluff. I'm not bluffing. We read these lessons, some of us even recite them.
Come on.
And don't go on no understanding of them. Now, what in the hell am I fasting and praying that I don't die and I'm damn near dead now, that I don't die? See, death is in my very near future. relatively speaking,
Yes, sir.
especially if I'm staying in America.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
What the hell am I fasting and praying that I don't have to wait until I'm 104, which I probably won't make if I'm still here? Because every year here, in terms of destructive power, is worth 5 years. What am I praying? I'll be 63 in Ramadan. I'm laughing, but it's true. I'll be 63 in Ramadan. For my Orthodox niggas, I'm turning 63 during Ramadan. Okay, so I'll be 63 in Ramadan. My father's 83, my biological father. My stepfather died at 75. My mother died at 67. So, am I going to live as long as my father, or long as my mother? Or as long as my stepfather in between my biological father and my mother? Dad is 83, he's still kicking. He ain't kicking as high, but he kicking. Yeah. Which reminds me, I need to call Pop. I ain't talked to Pop this year yet. But listen. Worst case scenario, I go like Mom. That means I got 4 years. If I'm going like Step Pop, that means I got 12 years. If I don't go as long as my pop, hopefully he got another 80 years. But if I don't go as long as Pop, if I just go as long as he has gone thus far, all I got is 20 years. Excuse me? I'm not interested. Very near future. I'm holding you to that. Don't tell me that if you don't mean it. Very near future. Now, why am I fasting and praying that in a very near future, I don't want to make it to 65 without this happening? If I got to wait till 64, I'm complaining. 70 is out of the question. Hell no. Don't even think about no damn 80s. For what? Niggas? Nope. Not if my will is done. Now, why am I fasting and praying that in the very near future, meaning this year, Allah take these devils in the hells? And whether you know it or not, if you look at America's deficit, budget deficit, right. If you look at the fact that for the past few years, every time a vote on the budget is made, there is either a government shutdown or a very near last minute avoidance of a shutdown, because the cracker, you know, a house divided against itself cannot stand, because the cracker can't agree on the budget. They're going to have to raise the debt ceiling, or you ain't going to have no budget. Right. See, these are the things that I pay attention to while you're paying attention to love during lockup, love after lockup, love before lockup, love with no lockup, lockup, no love. While you got Braxton family values, while while you watching damn football, I'm paying attention to stuff that a nigga with some goddamn brains pays attention to. Okay? America's infrastructure, the debt ceiling, the bitter partisan politics. I mean, all of the things that spell to America. See ya. Wouldn't want to be here. Bon voyage. Don't forget to write. Arrivederci. We're going to have roast crackers. We're going to have roast crackers. All that stuff. That's the stuff I'm paying attention to. The state that this country is in, I couldn't possibly imagine that it could last like this for another 10 years, another 5 years even, let alone 20. So it looks like it'll be a very near future. That's what it looks like. But we'll see. It all depends on how bad Master Farad Muhammad want to save freaking niggas. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. I don't know whether this is true or not. But I was told the messenger would only live 130 years. What's 3 and 25? 128. I heard the messenger say today, look, he said it right there while I was fixing the videos. Y'all wasn't listening to him. The messenger stressed the point, Moses is the one that destroyed Pharaoh.
That's right. Yes, sir. That's what happened.
Actually, I was told 134, but I would rather like you listen. Give me them 4 years. 130 is good. So everything, prophecy, I mean everything points to very near future.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
We ain't got a whole lot of time to play around. We're about to hit the 50th anniversary of the messenger's departure.
That's right.
50 years. It's a whole lot of things coming together that would suggest very near future.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
60 years of grace not to exceed 70. If you count from 1555
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
to 1955, that's the fulfillment of the 400 years.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Add 70 to that, 2025.
That's right.
Are y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I'm not calling nothing now. I ain't that good. I'm just simply saying very near future. Ain't talking about no decades here.
Yes, sir.
Why do I fast and pray that I live to see Allah take the devil into hell in a very near future?
Yes, sir.
Well, the next question answers that. And what will your reward be with regards to the destruction of the devils?
Yes, sir.
Peace,
Yes, sir.
happiness.
Come on.
I will give all that I have
All that I have. Yes, sir.
and all that is within my power. How many Muslims give all they have? Very few.
Yes, sir.
How many Muslims give all that they have in their power?
Come on.
Very few. Damn near none.
Yes, sir.
Talk back to me.
That's right. See.
I'm broke as hell.
Yes, sir.
But $400 of my paycheck is going to charity.
Go ahead.
That's why I'm broke as hell.
Yes, sir. See.
I ain't got no money. I got $100 in one savings account, and $100 in my other savings account. And I worked an average of approximately 90 hours a week, and I made $92,000 and ain't got no money because I keep giving it to the temple. I sold the house and walked away with $110,000. I ain't got no money. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
I give all I have. I give all that's within my power to see this day, to see it.
Yes, sir.
Not for it to happen after I die and say, oh, Minister Eric was a great guy. He really worked hard for this. If he could only have seen that. Hell no. I done what I did to see it with my mother fletching glasses on.
Yes, sir.
When it happened, this me. Praise be to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's what my reward is supposed to be. I don't give a damn about being spoken well afterwards. No. I don't want to die. I want to live. I want to see it with my glasses on. And I'm going to up these 1.5s to 1.75 so I can really see it. Damn. This is bomb as hell. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. But you got supreme wisdom. You ain't fasting. You ain't praying. And the supreme wisdom says that it's very near correct. Well, what's the correction? Well, one of the clear corrections is we don't fast and pray Allah in the name of his prophet, W.D. Farad. We fast and pray Allah in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. Are you listening to me? That's the correction. What else you think needs to be corrected? Like what? The Nation of Islam is all wise and does everything right and exact. So why would the lesson read, we pray, fast and pray Allah in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, when the prophets predicted that he would not make of himself any reputation?
Go ahead. Teach. Teach on it. That's right.
So in order to be in exact accordance with the prophet's predictions, instead of saying in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, we say in the name of his prophet, W.D. Farad. How the hell is he Farad? I don't give a damn about the W or the D. How the hell is he Farad if we ain't at the end of the prophets?
Right. Go ahead.
And if we at the end of the see, Farad and prophet don't even go together.
Come on.
You can't be prophet Farad.
Come on.
What the hell are you talking about? See, that was one of those things.
Yes, sir. Teach on it. Teach on it.
So for the first time, because of that ding as I was talking, I realized you can't be both prophet and Farad at the same time. If you're a prophet, you ain't Farad.
Right.
If you're Farad, you ain't no prophet.
Go ahead. Teach.
Because Farad don't come to the end of the prophets.
Go ahead. Talk
black to me.
End of the prophet.
At the end of the prophets.
Yes, sir. That's right.
The end of one thing represents the beginning, early morning of another thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Talk back to me.
That's right.
We didn't even realize when we called him Prophet Farad. That's like calling him African American. You can't be African and American. You can't be American and African.
Yes, sir.
What the hell are you talking about? You can't be prophet and Farad.
Go ahead.
The reason he took the name Farad is precisely because prophets end. He took that name, the messenger teaches, to correspond with the time can't be prophet and be Farad, because Farad represents the time of God and not the prophets. Are you listening to me? If you really understand the supreme wisdom of the Nation of Islam, you will stop playing with Islam. Those of you who have accepted it to whatever degree, you'll stop playing with it. You'll stop being so non-serious about it. This is no time for you to be experimenting with a bunch of craziness. This is a time for you to be tightening up and getting yourself together. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Make all men and boys join, not go buy a manual off a damn table somewhere, not go buy a book of supreme wisdom off a table somewhere. Make all men and boys join the FOI. That means registered membership in the Nation of Islam.
Yes, sir.
And train them up fast. Make them brave fighters, ready to give their life at any time for the cause of truth. That's what time we're in. But you think it's time to experiment with MSTA, experiment with UNIA, experiment with this, experiment with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. Or you can get with this, or you can get with that. You think it's that time. This is the time, the end of the prophets, for every one of you black men and boys to join the FOI. Why? Because the fruit is the best.
Go ahead.
He's constantly training and conditioning himself to meet and overcome all obstacles in his path. His sole purpose is to deliver the dead. 41.5 million. Deliver the dead to the Lamb of God. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad. You bring everybody to Elijah. That's the time we living in. But to do this, we're compelled to be obedient. A nigger and obedience? That's an oxymoron. Militant, humble, tolerant, courteous, honest. Honest niggas. Dependable. Dependable niggas. That's why you don't want to join the FOI, because of all the things I just said. You don't want to do that. You're disobedient to the laws of Islam and those in authority. You don't want to do that. You don't mind having the supreme wisdom, the messengers, books, teachings, and whatever, but you don't want to obey the laws of Islam, and you sure as hell don't want to obey those in authority. You don't want to do that. His conduct is militant. Some of y'all are just totally and completely lost the militance in your conduct. You always talking about brotherhood, unity, and all of this old stuff. Yeah, brotherhood and unity, but it better be based on militance, or I'm not interested. I don't give a damn about you being my brother in Islam if we ain't militant. I didn't accept Islam for us to be no goddamn brothers without no militants. We militant. We're radical. We're revolutionary. That's the spirit of Islam right now. I'm not interested in us just sharing each other's Muslim brother company. Good conversations about Islam on the damn telephone. Get the hell out of my life with that garbage, man. Sitting down, eating a bean pie together. Hell no. All of that is cool as long as it is part of constantly training and conditioning to meet and overcome all obstacles for the sole purpose of delivering the dead to the Lamb of God, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's got to be the core, the base, the foundation of us eating bean pies together, having good conversations on the phone, whatever the hell else we do. That has to be at the very root and core of anything else we do, or I'm not interested. Okay? Thank you. Have a nice day. He's humble and submissive. Niggas ain't humble enough to submit to the authority of the messenger in their city. Talk back to me. Or to work with that minister in his city to get a temple established in their city. You ain't humble enough. You ain't submissive enough. Tolerant and understanding. Blah! No, you're nitpicking and you're fault finding. You ain't tolerant and understanding. Courteous and respectful. I find a lot of y'all niggas courteous and respectful. That's about it. Honest in thoughts, deeds, and actions. Boo-ha-ha, boo-ha-ha. No, you're not. You some of the backstabbing and throat cuttingest, slack talkingest, backbitingest, agenda havingest niggas you ever wanted to see in your damn life. You ain't honest in your thoughts, deeds, and actions. Alert. Them niggas? Alert. I'm talking about the Muslims. Damn everybody else. Alert. Them niggas alert. They don't know how many minutes there are in a year. They don't know how many minutes there are in a day. 1,440. They don't know how many minutes there are in a month. I mean, they're not crunching no numbers, brother.
Yes, sir. That's right.
All they want is to have Muslim company and do for self.
Right.
That's it. Praise the holy and righteous name of the messenger. Idiot niggas. You ain't alert. Alert and dependable. You can depend on them. The hell you can. The only thing you can depend on these niggas for is to not be dependable.
Go ahead.
You can count on them not being counted on. Talk back to me. This is why you don't mind. You'll go buy a manual, go buy a Supreme Wisdom book. You'll read this, read that, check this, dig that. But you ain't trying to join the FOI, be trained up fast, made a brave fighter, being ready to give your life at the drop of a dime for the cause of the truth. You ain't trying to be that. You ain't even built like that.
Go ahead.
Talk black to me. You don't want for your sole purpose to be to get the millions upon millions upon millions of us and deliver them to the Lamb of God, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. You don't want to accept him as that. So you don't want to bring nobody to him. You don't even want to come to him yourself. But it's okay. Do you? But remember, if you ever watched a Minister Eric Muhammad lecture, you ain't going to be able to claim nobody told you, because I have consistently done so. Write your letter. Get your X.
Yes, sir. That's
Stop procrastinating. All those written in the book of the Lamb, those are the ones that get saved. Y'all all right?
right. Yes, sir.
I'm not talking about no damn notebook with Stephen Johnson's name in it. That's not what I'm talking about. I am saying that unless you register with your own, you belong to the white man. I heard the messenger say it this morning. I'm not making none of this up.
That's right.
The messenger said there is no black nation that can demand you be released by the white man as long as you go in the names of the white man. You have got to write your letter, process, register with your own black nation.
Yes, sir.
You must do that. Because as long as you go in the devil's name, you are the devil's property. How many times have we said it? Over and over and over again. But you don't realize this is the end of the prophets.
Come on.
So you still acting like we in the time of the prophets, which means that we still got time to BS and play around. You had time to BS and play around because that time was given to the devils. But the devil's time is now up, which means the BS of and the playing around of the devil is over. You are now in the time where if you bring a religion other than Islam, and today, principle number one is to believe in Allah and his apostle, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. You are now living in that day. You will accept Master Farad Muhammad and the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and membership in the nation of Islam under the leadership, teaching, and guidance of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and live. Or you can reject it for anything else you choose and die. The end of the prophets. I thank you for listening. And assalamu alaikum. All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.